Hey folks, it's Jumping Quills, and well, I want to say welcome to the first of hopefully many of these that I'm going to be doing. What is this? Well, it's the little talk I had mentioned in the update video I posted a few days ago, and I'm going to probably officially call this series the Weekly Reality or something else along those lines. And I'm just going to go over, before I go over the first, you've probably seen the title, you've seen what this is going to be. But before I go over that, I just want to say just a quick little introduction to what this will be. Besides today, I really want this to be something that, kind of helps spark discussion, respectful discussion, not, people arguing with each other, and kind of getting to share experiences, find common grounds with other people, because I think that's pretty important for us humans, and something I feel like is unfortunately overshadowed by a lot of hatred nowadays. So I'm going to be going over a lot of stories, personal experiences, and also just talking about how I think things should go. And hopefully my views aren't going to be hot takes, but then again, there's always going to be people who disagree with you. So I guess we'll see how that goes out. This is always going to be, straight from the heart. I won't have any of this scripted. I'm going to have a general idea going in about what I want the talk to be about. But other than that, I think it's probably the best way to do it like that, just because it always feels more genuine. And I fuck up reading things off of paper or off. It doesn't go well. So yeah, hopefully that's out of the way. And we can go over what this is going to be about. Who am I? Well, for those who have been watching me, I go by the, name of Jumping Quills. That's not my real name, just my YouTube name. If I was actually named that would be a little weird. And this is what I typically sound like when I'm talking. I don't have this whole kind of more higher energetic. I don't want to say I'm too high energetic in the other videos, but I think put on a bit more of a different of a voice, or I guess more energy into my videos just to try to make them a bit more entertaining. But it's still relatively true to what I am. I'm a 21-year-old living, in college at the moment. We'll be moving back home for the summer soon enough. And, I'm a collegiate athlete. I do track and field. I enjoy it. There's a reason why my name is Jumping Quills, and it's because I'm a hurdler. And Quills is a play on my name, my first and last name. I assume people will eventually find out who I am. I don't plan on doing face reveals because there are pictures and videos of me out there on the internet that people can find, especially if they're willing enough. And I just, I find that I don't really need to put myself out there. I think people will eventually find out who I am, and that's the best part. But specifically who I am, I'm a guy who will, for lack of better words, I'm very indifferent on a lot of things. I don't have a whole lot of opinions, or if I do, I just don't bother to voice them, especially in a way that is contending other people's opinions nowadays, because I just see it as more as it's going to spark drama. Don't get me wrong, I try to be as open-minded as possible. That's one thing I tend to pride myself on, to try not to believe that I'm entirely correct in a lot of things. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm human. There are some things that I will, fault on when I say that. I'll generally believe I am in the right, and I guess that could be said for a lot of people, but I do my best to try to stay humble and see people's points of views. If not, even if I don't agree with them, I try to understand why they might have them. Now, granted, there are just some point of views that I will never agree with and never understand. But, I can't say, it's anything different. I'm a guy full of, I have my fears, I have my dreams. I have a main goal that I want to get done in life. I guess a main goal with other various objectives. It's not just one goal. It technically has a bunch of other stuff to it. And I love plants. I guess I want to say I really want to work with plants in the future. I'm hoping to work in a nursery for plants, because I just really want to be around plants. I'm hoping whatever home I have in the future, I could just have a bunch of plants around, like just a bunch of plants in my room, in my kitchen, in my, in the dining room, in the living room. Just, I love having greenness around me. And I live in California. Not Northern California, which is, has some greenness to it, and it's very nice up there, but Southern California, which is chaparral, coastal shade scrub communities. If you don't know what those are, just imagine kind of like brown hills in the summer and spring, mostly summer and fall, maybe a little bit towards the end of winter or beginning of winter. But it's just brown hills with the occasional, green or yellow bushes. It's not too pretty. And I guess my love from this comes from the fact that I remember as a kid, I went up to Oregon because my brother went to Oregon, for university. And I visited there. I just loved seeing all the. Yeah, so I was like, crap, this is what the rest of the stuff can look like this. I remember thinking to myself, like, I have been living in this shitty, like, arid looking drought, drought filled state. For my whole life, I've only ever known California, and it's just crazy. I was like, I'm sold. I want to move to somewhere green. And I certainly don't want to live in California in the future. It's too expensive for various reasons, and it's just I don't think it's gonna work out for me. So I might move out. Probably I'm hoping to move out a little bit closer to the Midwest, just to hopefully find some cheaper housing, because living on the West Coast and the East Coast is just it's kind of crazy from what I've looked at. But yeah, that's just a little thing about me. I love plants. I absolutely enjoy them. I really want to be around them. For me, why did I get into YouTube? Well, it's a bit of a weird one. I wanted to get into YouTube. I can remember all the way back until like my freshman year of high school. Now, keep in mind, I'm a senior in college, so that was like almost 8 years ago. At the time, I never really got into YouTube then, because I didn't have my own computer to do the stuff on. I didn't want to get I didn't bother to ask my mom if it would be okay, because she handled the computer that I played my games on when she wasn't working. And like she was pretty adamant about me not downloading certain stuff. So I never really bothered to ask, and I didn't really get into it, into considering it more until my freshman year of college. Even then, I never really thought it was proper to do it then, just because I had a bunch of people around me. I was living in a dorm room that was, I shared it with 2 other guys. There just really wasn't any opportune times to record. But once I got into my sophomore year of college, then things kind of started to change. I had my gaming laptop, which at the time was pretty shitty to what I have now. Even what I have now is kind of mediocre. It gets the job done, and I'm happy with it. But I didn't really have the proper recording software. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do gaming, but I didn't think I was funny enough. I didn't think I was entertaining enough. And so I just kind of put it off. And I was like, again, at the time I was doing track. I still am doing track. I was just like, I probably should just focus on this and my schoolwork, which at the time was kicking my ass. And so I think my sophomore year, I started experimenting with a little bit. I originally had the idea of using a kind of story time channel that, I talked about in the update. And I called it the, I think Everlight Library, and it didn't get very far. I did like 2 videos, and I kind of or 3 videos, and I just kind of cut it out there. Because I just didn't think, I didn't see it as working. And then come to, I believe last year, my junior year, then it's like, okay, I have extra time. I want to get this done. I want to start doing something. What am I going to do? I feel like I've missed so many opportunities to cover so many cool games. I, was playing Paint the Town Red at the time. I'm like, not that much Paint the Town Red content. And I stuck with it there. I guess I've been going ever since, and I've enjoyed it. I don't want to be some big YouTuber. I don't want to be like this biggest of YouTuber. I don't want to have like, super internet fame. If I had a million people watching, it's, I'm happy. I'm glad just 439 people are willing to stick with me for this. And you might be thinking, why don't you ever say, please like or subscribe? It's the first time I've ever said that on this channel. And to me, it's more of a personal thing. I'm not doing YouTube. Again, I'm not doing YouTube to become super famous. I would ultimately, if I could make money off of YouTube, I could make money off of it. I would be ecstatic with that. But it's not why I'm here. I'm here to have fun. I'm doing this because I want to. And, I don't want people to think like they, I want people to think that's, I only see them as a number. And because I don't see people just as a number. It's, I view people as people, there's going to be, I'm going to just say the truth here. There's going to be many of you, and the majority of you I will likely never come to know. You will just be a person behind the screen, but you are a person to me. You're someone who lives and breathes, who has their own opinions, their own beliefs, their own morals, and I encourage every single bit of that. That's why I want to do this series. I want people to talk. I want people to share their experiences, their morals, and I want people to respectfully engage with each other to see what is going to happen. What happens in other people's heads. And we're gonna cover a lot more of that stuff in the future. But again, I like to think I'm a down to earth guy. I like to think that, if you come to talk to me, I'm not going to look at you as if you're some sort of idiot. I'll try to understand what's going on in your head. But, ultimately, I think if you're like, let's say you're some extremely set, dude who just really hates other people for, no reason, I can't do much. I'll try to do my best to express my point of view. But in the end, I am just human. I am an introvert. There's going to be days where, some people reach out to me if I don't know them too well, if I'm not, used to talking to them on a daily basis. I'm like, do I want to talk to this person? And it's not because I hate them. It's not because I dislike them. It's because, holy crap, I just don't want to engage with people I don't know. And I guess this is my way of trying to break myself out of the habit, or at least getting around that in some way or another. There's others who I've always kind of envied others who can be a bit more extroverted, who can just go out and have conversations. But I feel like envying them doesn't really do me any favors. I'm quite happy with who I am. Don't get me wrong. I've had my lows in my life. I've had my highs. But I guess there'll be later videos for that kind of topic and discussion. But I hope this gives you a better idea as to who I am, and hopefully you get to look forward to having other conversations in the future. And I think next week's video will hopefully be a bit more engaging and encourage engagement. And I plan on getting these out probably having this done every Friday. It'll be a once a week type of thing. That will do. I'll probably record it on Thursday as I am today and have it up the next day. And I'm really excited for this. I hope you folks are as well. For those who are new, those who are old, I hope you stick around. And I hope you have fun. But other than that, folks, that's where I'm going to leave this one off. I hope you have enjoyed listening to this and, maybe got a better idea who I am. But that's where it's going to be. So I'm not even going to say it. I'll see you folks next Friday for our next talk, which should hopefully be pretty fun. So I'll see you folks then.